Over the plains and through the fields, to grandmother's house we went. We cooked and cooked and ate in good old Appleton. We hope you enjoy our Thanksgiving episodes. Happy Thanksgiving from Mom, Alex, Sophie. Now on to the show.
Welcome to
Two Kids and Mom Cooking.
Who are you guys?
Sophie and Alex and Sophie.
And who's another person with you?
This is our grandma.
And what are you guys going to be making today?
We're gonna make cream cheese pumpkin pie.
All right, yay! All right, so can you name some of the ingredients that are in this pie today?
Sugar.
Yep.
Brown sugar. Some custard milk.
It's actually whipping cream, and that's cream cheese.
Yep. Salted or unsalted doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Pumpkin stuff.
Yep. Some spice. What are you doing, Soph? Why are we in the kitchen here with the microwave?
Because the first step that is to making the crust is to melt in the butter. And it's 5
tablespoons.
5 tablespoons. We're gonna continue with making the crust now, and we got Grandma's food processor here.
Yeah, we don't have a food processor, so we have to chop them. So the part of the crust, we need 2 cups of gingersnap cookie crumbs. So we're gonna take 4 cups of gingersnap cookies. Sophie's gonna dump them in the food processor, and then Grandma's assisting with the machinery since it's hers. And then we're gonna pulse them. Oop, gotta hold the top on, guys.
It's done.
All right, now let's measure out 2 cups. Make sure that's 2 cups.
And now 2 cups.
2 cups. All right. So next we need to do our walnuts. So let's do that.
We got our half a cup of walnuts here. Then so we're gonna put them in here.
We also need 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So we're just gonna mix that in with the nuts. So,
Is it pulse?
it's pulse, yes. Did you notice that they're all wearing cute little matching aprons? They're Thanksgiving aprons that Grandma made for us.
So like just like this.
Okay, Soph, you do it now. What are we gonna do, Soph?
Make the crust.
We're gonna mix everything together, right? All right, there's
So
Grandma over there.
instead
She's
of-
being the assistant.
Instead of the pie tin, then we just have this, which is shaped like a pie.
What are you dumping in, Soph?
And so Sophie's gonna dump in our dry ingredients. Almonds. Then our big bread crumbs.
The ginger snap crumbs, actually. And then we want to sort of mix those together before we add the butter. So kind of mix them together. Okay, pour the butter in. Sophie's pouring in butter.
And stop.
And then Alex gets to pour the rest of the butter in. And then the fun part, mixing it all together.
Mix it all together.
Sophie and I made this one, our practice pie of this one, didn't we, when we tested the recipe? It's fun, huh? Now mix it up, yeah, just get your fingers in there, and now we just press it into the pie shell. So we'll mix it up and press it in, and then we'll show you what it's like. All right, we are back, and we're gonna get everything ready for the custard. So first what we're gonna do before we start mixing is we're gonna measure ingredients. So Alex, first can you measure a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar, and I want you to put it in that bowl right there.
Pack this in. Want to get to the max.
Okay, then dump it in that bowl.
This should do.
And then I want you to put the white sugar in that bowl too. And then while Alex is doing that, Sophie, you're gonna scoop that pumpkin into our, Grandma has got lots of cool kitchen tools. We do not have a plunger measuring cup, but she does. So we're gonna put the pumpkin in there. We need 1 cup of pumpkin. Sophie has already pre-measured our 3/4 a cup of 1/2 and 1/2, which is right there. We've got our cream cheese and our eggs.
Go with our sugar. We're ready. And if for extra, you can just scrape off the top with something.
We need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Can you find the ground cinnamon?
So we got 4 teaspoons.
Fill it all the way to the top. So we also need 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg.
And if you have something like a shaker, then you use the lift pour thing.
1/2 teaspoon of that.
So after the nutmeg,
Then Alex, you need to measure 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
then just a dash of clove.
Yeah, Mom likes a little bit of cloves in there. Yep, perfect amount, Alex.
Just like this good.
Let me see. Let's take a look. Looks pretty good. Dump that in that little bowl.
The spice mixture.
Okay, guys, now we've got everything ready. We'll be back in a second to mix it in the bowl.
So now it is mixing time and, of course, dumping time.
So we start with the cream cheese. Sophie, we have some room temperature cream cheese that Alex is gonna whip until fluffy with the mixer. So start mixing, Alex.
Just put it on the first mode. And always start with it in there.
So how much is that? It's a half a cup of
Sugar.
white sugar and a half a cup of
Brown.
Yep, good job. Keep on mixing. Sophie's gonna start pouring the sugars in. Now Sophie's pouring the sugars in while Alex is mixing. Okay, mix that in together, good, Alex.
After the sugars, I'm gonna turn it down to low since powders can get a little messy. But the cream cheese, keep it down. And the brown sugar's not that powdery.
So we're gonna beat this till it's light and fluffy. Now Sophie's gonna get the eggs ready. She's gonna crack in the eggs one at a time. It calls for 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So what's that, Soph?
1 egg.
Yolk. Now she's gonna do 2 more eggs.
And now we'll get eggs put in, so don't try and like spatula or anything.
Yep. Crack it in.
One little lick won't hurt you, but it's better if you don't.
Okay, are those incorporated, Alex?
I'm gonna scrape down the sides.
Okay.
It's getting a little liquidy.
Yeah, it is.
That's good because now we're gonna put in the rest of the ingredients.
The rest of the ingredients. And then
Sophie gets to do the pumpkin and the spices.
Okay, pumpkin. You have to help me for this, okay?
Okay. Well, Alex can help.
Alex has to start mixing. Or unless Grandma, why don't you start mixing and Alex, you help. Grandma's helping. Ooh, good job, Soph.
good job, Muscle.
Now add the, Sophie, add those spices right there. Then we just mix this up till it's well blended. Oh, we gotta add the cream too. That's a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of cream and then the spices.
So now we're all done. We're gonna go get the pie crust, put this in, and bake.
Right, Soph?
Yep.
Look happy and smile.
Okay, we're back and Sophie is a little bit sad. But Alex, and what are we gonna do now?
So now we're gonna pour the filling into the crust, and then after that bake it.
Okay, so
we're just gonna tip it here.
if you want to help scoop,
So you want to take the spatula and go in and push it in.
and we're pouring it in. Grandma might need to help. Okay.
Hold it.
That's
Grandma,
good.
can you make sure the pie shell is straight?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, guys. Let me take a look at it in the shell, and then we're gonna go bake it for 350 degrees. Oh, and 350 degrees for about 55 minutes.
Okay, I'm good.
Say, Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
And we eat.
Happy Thanksgiving from Two Kids Cooking! For more recipes that kids can cook and that are great for families to make together, check us out at www.twokidscooking.com.